Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? Right, today's Friday. Friday is request day, and this one was requested a little while ago by Zipu. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's a very vanilla looking map, but it's got something about it. The detailing's pretty good, the gameplay is quite good, the aesthetics are a little bit meh, just a little bit. Right. Anyways, there's also a little nod to Colossal Order, being as the map is based in Finland, which means I can have fun with the pronunciation. But before I even try and do that, let me remind you to do your daily thing. That's right, please hit the like button right now. It really does support the channel and it will help me to grow just a little bit faster than if you didn't. Thank you so much for your support. Right, okay, today's map is Kirkkonummi by Capustor 666. I think Kirkkonummi is close. I'm going to stick with it and I don't care. There's your start square right there with the highways just poking into the corner like that. And then what have we got in the resources? The resources, a lot of trees, a bit of field, fertile fields, and a few other bits just dotted here and there. What do we need? Well, there are quite a few trees, so the unlimited trees mod is an essential, I would suggest. Other than that, nothing is required. Okay, let's go and have a look down at ground level. Now, okay, a little bit foggy out here, that's fine. There's nothing to see out here, we're not concentrating on it, and we're going to leave the fog switched on today for that purpose. It's behind us now, and there's no more concern. I've got a little bit of drift with the highway there on the right hand side, just wobbles away a little bit. It's kind of like as bad as things get on this map. There's nothing really mind-blowingly, sometimes you get a map and you just go, wow, that's really clever. Nothing quite like that in this map. There might be an intersection that you might not like, but to be honest with you, it's not bad. And that little bit of road drift. Other than that, if you like trees, this might be a good map for you because there's plenty of trees. There's a very bald hill on the left there. I'm going to call it the BonBon Hill. No reason. Intersection time. This one I kind of like a little bit. It's kind of ugly at the same time. Kind of like and like the way the highways, like it bends away here. Could have been a straight highway there very easily, and it works. It works as an S-bend. The ramps are a little bit all over the place, but nothing too wrong with them. And yeah, it's just a little bit untidy. Other than that, there's not really too much to say about that intersection. It's okay. It's fine. And completely vanilla. Anyway, those two highways go off to the fog in either direction. We are gonna, I think we should go and have a look at this route. I think we should probably, nice cutting there, could easily have gone over that hill, a lesser map builder anyway. And again, another cutting across there. A little bit of an up and over a minor hill. So it's all very nicely done. Now, what have we got here? Is this the start square location? I do believe it is. And that there is, once again, just a little, this I find a little bit ugly. Just a little bit ugly. But once again, the highways, they arc over the roundabout. They're not straight. But everything about it, though, it works. So there you go. That's where you're going to be building into, right there. And that's quite nice. That's quite nice indeed. But yeah, it's just a wee bit on the gruesome side in terms of aesthetics, that particular line. Anyway, we've got a little nice bit of terraforming to keep the highways. Like, it's just, I appreciate the work that's gone into terraforming to keep the highway smooth and where there are ups, and then once again a bent bridge, a curved bridge. Not so keen the way it comes down, has to arc back on itself like that, but other than that it's okay. And then we've got a elevated roundabout going over the highway. This once again just feels a little bit rugged. Maybe Finland has rugged. Anyway, over here we have another potential start location, not too far from the start square. We've got that intersection there with the rail coming up, nosing onto it. Nice little bit of detailing there as well. Not too much to grumble about. But considering, like I say, vanilla roads all the way, well, that's kind of good work, I think, considering everything. And off towards the fog. Let's have a look at the rail. Is the rail going to hold up to the same kind of reasonable standards? Well, kind of, yeah, actually. You can see where we've got a big clearing. I mean, maybe the clearing's a little bit too wide just for a rail line, but we've got a big clearing, which means you can find the rail quite easily. It means I could find the rail quite easily, which was good. We run past an industrial quarry, which we will have a look at after the asset and theme review break, and then this just cuts across the environment. Now, it does elevate slightly here. If we put the terrain lines on here, you'll see it's probably just a little bit steeper than realism would allow. That said, within game, it's within game tolerances. We're looking at it now. It doesn't really look like it's going too much up or downhill at any given point, and it's game visuals really we've got to look at. If it tricks the eye, then that's good enough. That's good enough. Around here, underneath the bridge there, merges together back as one over here, and we start heading off towards the fog, I suppose. Oh, we split. Ooh, left or right? Shall we go this way? Yeah, we go this way. Cutting again. This is your dead end up by your start square, right there, and we back up and take the other route instead. And we can start planning. Now, the today's asset I've decided to go with. I don't yet have the Industries DLC, but everybody's harping about how wonderful. Oh, by the way, look at this. Look at this nice rail bridge. Is it high enough for a shipping route? Well, hopefully there's not a shipping route under there. It looks a little bit low, possibly. But yes, I've gone with an industrial asset today. I don't have the Industries DLC, and I felt I wanted to have something industrial, just for a change. And I will be getting the Industries DLC very soon. So, oh look, another split. Oh, much going on. I'll tell you what, let's go and do that asset thing now. All aboard the train, please. Okay, a little bit of silence there. Okay, right, now today we are going to have a look at Sarif Manufacturing Plant A by Ryber. I kind of like this one. There are a lot of very generic industrial models and assets out there, but something about this one just popped off of the page. And if you want to stick with the vanilla assets for vanilla industrial, this is a pretty reasonable one indeed. Look at that, all the boxes unattended out the front. I think that's a poor thing. They should be around the back, and it'd be nice if there was a little enclosure around the back as well to secure them away. But all told, very nice asset. Really do like that one quite a lot as far as vanilla industrial assets go. It's not vanilla because it's workshop, but you know what I mean. Generic, that's the word. There you go. Right, let's go to Themington Island. Okay, everybody put your feet on the ground and let's have a look at the Wheanutchu Basin theme by It's Okay, with the custom-built Wheanutchu Basin colour correction LUT at dusk, at sunset. Kind of like post-apocalyptic at sunset, I think, this theme. What have we got in terms of factoids? Because factoids. Robin Hood, the book, not the character, because the character was a fiction. Oh, look, things are on fire. Ooh, pretty. Ooh, I do hope we don't. We're in an oil neighbourhood here, don't we? No big explosions. Crikey, O'Reilly. Okay, sorry. Robin Hood was banned in Indiana in 1950 on the grounds that robbing from the rich to give to the poor was communism. Yes. And quite right too. Robin Hood should definitely, I mean, robbing from the rich. It's taxation, I think. Okay, let's go back to Kirkkonummi by Kapustor 666. The shipping routes are moderately busy, and well, they kind of work. They do kind of work. There's no right-angled turns. We have got a couple of minor things to look at, though. Otherwise, we just scoot right over these. Like over here, is this? We've got a little bit of underwater here. Right, is the shipping route going to clip that? If we put the shipping route back on, ooh, now that's a close one. I'm not entirely sure that the ship won't ground on that, and even if it didn't ground, it would bounce off of it a little bit. But that's not the worst one. The worst one, I think this is the worst one. And this very clearly, if we come off of there, that there is right slap bang on the edge of the shipping route, which means once again, the ships are going to not necessarily ground but bounce over it, and that's a little bit on the ugly side. And then we've got the shipping route that actually goes underneath the rail bridge. Now, there was a comment in the comments when this map was first released about this actually happening, and Kapustor said they would come and fix it, and they haven't, or if they have, it was much lower. To this day, I still think those bridges are a little bit on the low side. The ships might just pass either side of the pillars, but I think the cruiser would struggle to get underneath there. Anyway, we follow around here, and then we've got lots and lots of shipping routes all connecting up with each other. Water flow, we've got a flowing river, which is always a good thing. Not easy to get a river flowing in any sort of workable sense anyway. We'll follow it down and see where it leads us to. Out to this area here, and there's still good water flow. Kind of slows right off at this location. Oh no, we've got motion here. And how about over here? Right, nothing going on over there. But where's the start square? It's over here, isn't it? Right, start square is roughly this area where we have, we've got the rivers running through with good water flow. So that's not a problem. Not a problem at all. So right, let's have a look at the map as a whole. We've got a few feature areas. Like here, this appears to be deliberate swampland. I looked at it, I thought, have we got flooding? No, I think this is just deliberate swampland. I don't know if it actually works at this location to be a swamp. There'd normally be some kind of water flow feeding it. But as a swampland, I think that's quite effective, especially with vanilla. With vanilla, I think that's okay. We've got some felled trees in there as well, so you can actually see down to the water. Then we got this raised. This reminds me a little bit, just a wee bit, of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I'm sure that's a real feature in the area. I'm not sold on it, but I can't imagine it would have been done if it wasn't an actual real feature in the area. So I'm going to let it go. It's not a pretty thing. But it's there. We'll follow the rivers up. The rivers, I'm quite happy with the rivers. I have not seen any drowned trees from memory. I don't think there was a single one other than in the marsh, but hey. But speaking of drowning things, I found there's a little feature going on here. Right, we've got the quarry, the flooded quarry, and I think it used to be like a car factory or something. And then down here, in the quarry we've got some drowned trucks actually under the water level, not just there but in the deep part of the water as well. There are some trucks down there. If you hunt around for them, you can go fishing for trucks. I'm sure there's probably a joke in there. I'll think of that as soon as I stop recording. Okay, truck fishing. No, it's not coming to me. Okay, over here. Yes, the essential lighthouse. So essential. And of course, the grounded ship alongside it to show what would happen if you put a lighthouse down. They attract ships like moths to a light bulb. Ships are moths in this game. Oh, and we do have another essential lighthouse. And of course, the inaccessible jetty. The inaccessible jetty. Did you bring a ladder? Nope, me neither. And it's the whole island is a fort, which I think is I'm quite taken by. Your chance to vote on this map: is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your votes really do count. I use them towards the end of month. The viewer's choice, and that's actually going out tonight as well. The viewer's choice top 10 for last month. This one might go into next month's if you rate it highly enough. Okay, Kirkkonummi by Capustor666. What do we think of you? Well, I think aesthetically it's okay. I do like the actual layout, but it just doesn't pop, does it? It's not ugly. It's not ugly. It just doesn't have enough to get to a 4th star, so I'm giving it 3. Detailing across the whole's pretty reasonable, to be honest with you. It's worth more than 3 stars. I'm going to give it 4. It's a solid 4, not a high 4, but a solid 4. Gameplay potential, I think, yeah, you can do a lot with this one. I think there's you might want to change some intersections and do a little bit of work around it, which will take a star away before you can get started. But I still think 4 stars for gameplay is probably a fairly fair score. So Kirkkonummi by Capustor666. That is a very nice, if somewhat vanilla looking map. Wow. Thank you very much for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. You can join me over on Patreon for just $1 a month to get your name into these scrolling credits. It'd be good to have your name up there, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it make your Christmas to have your name up there in December? There's a map up on screen now that you can go and take a look at. That's got a vote on it as well. We've had a couple of really good ones this week. Did you go back and have a look at the old ones? You probably should have done this week. And anyway, I'll see you tomorrow for one more map in the What's Map series, and tonight for the top 10.